Welcome to episode 9 of NASCAR Hotspot Podcast. I'm your host, Troy, joined by Chris, Caden, and Joseph Costello, the guy that races. Today in this episode, we'll be going over some big news. Silly season is ramping up quickly. We got some big news that changes how 2021 will look that has come out. We will look at the weekend at Bristol.
Ross Chastain announces this morning at like 7:30 in the morning for whatever reason that it is confirmed he is going to Chip Ganassi Racing to drive the 42 in 2021. Is it more than a 1-year deal, or do we not know that?
We did not know that. I don't think it was
Okay.
specified.
It was for 2021. I didn't hear anything beyond that yet.
I mean, I think it'll be beyond 2021.
It definitely will because of the CGR contract that he has.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. Like, maybe if we were talking about this before Chastain went to colleague this year, I think I would have said, a couple of years ago or last year, whatever. I would have said, you know what, Chastain's probably the most likely to go to the 42. But
Honestly,
now it's just. I think it was the one at the time when no one knew that Jamie McMurray was retiring and Kurt Busch went over. Everyone said that Chastain would go over because the DC Solar thing, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't expect much from him next season. Again, he's a rookie, but he's been in a Cup before for I forget how long, but it's been small teams.
Years.
his first start was in 2017 at Dover.
Yeah,
Jimmy Johnson's last one.
He has enough experience to the point where he doesn't need that long in a full Cup ride to develop.
He won't be like a rookie, which comes in first year into Cup and will struggle for most of the regular season. I think he'll come in. Maybe he'll start off a little slow, but I expect by maybe 6-7 races in, he's contending for top 15s, top 10s.
Yeah, because he still needs to get used to running up front in Cup, the competition, the tracks, the package, the cars, all the stuff.
He's racing the package.
Well, yeah, but not enough experience that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he raced in the package, but he was also in worse equipment than what Ganassi
I give him
is.
12 races.
Ganassi is better equipment than Roush Fenway is.
12 races then to get enough experience, at least him competing for top 15s.
That's
You'll be doing that before then. It's Ganassi equipment.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's Chastain at Daytona. I could honestly see him having a good run there.
Pacris reported it before the news of tonight. He reported it either yesterday or, Saturday, that when Denny would announce, obviously before tonight, Bubba would go to the team that Denny Hamlin is starting. And then tonight's news broke of that happening.
It's going to be cool.
System.
It's cool to see a new team, and it's going to be. You can't just say immediately they're going to be a competitive team, but they're going to have TRD development, and it's basically a fifth Joe Gibbs car. They just got Michael Jordan in to basically say that it's not a Joe Gibbs car. That's basically why he's in.
I did read from either Bob Pacris or Jeff Gluck that Jordan is the majority owner and Denny is not.
Wow.
I can't remember which one I read that from. Jordan is the majority owner.
Wow.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean Jordan has the most
that's
say.
Surprising.
They probably are doing that just to say that, just to prove that, maybe they're trying to prove that it's not just a fifth Joe Gibbs car. That's probably what it is.
And it's not just
Denny Hamlin will just tell Jordan what to say and what to do, Almost like Hamlin's the boss, but Jordan's just there to say everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then they said that, they don't know the manufacturer yet, or that's what the details were, but we all know it's going to be a Toyota.
Yeah, it's going to be a Toyota.
I thought they were going with Toyota.
Be buying it?
Yeah, it wasn't announced yet, but 99.9999% sure they're going to.
I'm 100,000% sure it's a Toyota because it's Denny Hamlin and it's affiliated by TDR. Obviously, it's a Toyota.
The last week, a lot of silly season stuff has fallen. We got now that it's Bubba Wallace being the driver, which is big. So, we still can't tell if it's going to be competitive equipment or even better than RPM. But, I think it's almost safe to say that it might be even, if anything, just a little bit better than RPM.
It's going to be like KBM. It's going to be like KBM, but just in the Cup Series.
Yeah, I mean that that is actually a very good point. Could be the team where if Bubba Wallace doesn't improve, they're gonna start bringing up drivers in the lower ranks like Brandon Jones, Harrison Burton, bringing them up there first, and then if anyone needs the boot at JGR, they're gonna step in there. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Well, looking at that, I feel like Bubba's gonna have a spot for a while.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that's
I
just
think
gonna
he'll
be
have
a
a spot
thing.
for at least 3
'Cause-
years. Yeah, Bubba. Well, I mean, we still don't know if this is a Toyota team, but it's like almost confirmed that it's probably going to be a Toyota team. So this is probably going to be that almost like Levine Family Racing was for Christopher Bell. I think Bubba will stay there for 3 to 4 years, and then once Truex retires, which I'm thinking 2024, 2025, but we don't know. I think might maybe see Brandon Jones or Harrison Burton, whoever they want to put in, up into there completely, and maybe keep Bubba in. Well, what number is it going to be? I'm thinking it's going to be 23 because of Jordan. That'd be my
23
best.
because
Yeah.
he has
That'd be
Jordan, and then Denny Hamlin's iRacing team is 23.
Yeah.
Texas is the All-Star race, and then Coda is the we don't know yet. Probably the first one, I'd assume.
Yeah, it'd probably be the spring. I don't think Texas or SMI is going to give up a playoff date.
Yeah.
But the last thing is then, after racing Bristol this weekend, Adam Stern in the Athletic, or no, just Adam Stern. He mentioned that SMI and NASCAR are in talks to bring dirt to Bristol for the first time in 19 years.
20 years.
That is
2001.
20 or 19 years. Because I think the last time they did it was 2001, so it was 19 years.
Yeah, it was the World of Outlaws. They raced there.
Yeah. I mean,
But
I think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, that's where I'm on the fence. I mean, see, if you're gonna put it in dirt, and would they say this is for Cup, or did they not even mention?
They did not specify, but they said NASCAR as a whole, which would mean the Cup and Xfinity Series, and the trucks. Which, if that's the case, then Eldora's probably lost its date, which is sad.
See, I don't mind the idea of NASCAR on dirt. I mean, Eldora's always produced good racing. Don't get me wrong, but like, do we really want to sacrifice one of the Bristol races? And especially, I mean, the spring race, no one really goes to, let's be honest. But I mean, it still puts on fantastic racings. But in the end, it doesn't come down to fantastic racing. It comes down to money. So I mean, they'd probably try this, and then try this for like a one-off year, and then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and they'll just go back to the spring race.
See, the thing is, I think it's a bad idea is because you're taking a concrete track that's fit for not dirt racing into dirt racing, which for the World of Outlaws, I never watched the races there. I don't know if it was good or not, but we're driving 550 horsepower race cars. Not going to be so well in the dirt.
The Cup would be 750 horsepower given
Yeah.
the short track.
Oh, 750. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. 750 horsepower on the dirt. No, that's.
I mean, they'd probably
have like 900 horsepower.
They'd probably change it a little bit. I don't see them keeping
I don't think it's a good idea because nobody knows on the track that they're good at dirt racing. Probably besides Jimmy, and Jimmy's not even racing it next year.
Christopher Bell,
Kyle Larson,
Alex
if
Bowman,
he comes back,
Kyle
comes back.
Alex Bowman's good. Stenhouse. There's quite a few guys in the Cup that aren't bad on dirt.
Newman.
And Newman, Newman too.
Newman.
So there's quite a bit of guys that could handle it.
There's quite a bit of guys, but I don't think it's going to be right for Bristol. If you want to like take like the Cup cars and the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series and Truck Series to dirt, do it like at a track that's made for dirt, like Orange County Fairgrounds. It's not really a track, but like it could be NASCAR sanctioned. Like they have a pit road. It's basically dirt race. It's basically the king of, not really king, but it's a really good dirt track. Just go to a track that's just dirt and not you have to transfer and spend more money on getting dirt, putting the dirt down, putting the clay down, and everything. It's just like too much work. just to even do that in the first place. Like that's
Go
why
ahead.
actual dirt tracks. That's why actual dirt tracks. It'll save them some money. Only thing the dirt tracks got to do is probably build more grandstands, but that's just about it. While actual track owners have to buy the money to get the dirt, buy money for the clay, and then put everything down, and then they have to take the dirt out and get it ready for the night race if they're doing for the spring race.
I feel like the only tracks that NASCAR would even try to do that if they don't do a dirt race at Bristol. The only tracks that they would try to bring the Cup Series to are Eldora, Knoxville, and I-44. I-84. Shoot.
It's I-44 Speedway. I could see Knoxville. I could definitely see Knoxville. Knoxville is a great track. It's flat, and I think it's wide enough, and I think it can produce good racing. Mostly depends on the night. Mostly the top side works, so it could possibly be good. That's where I think Knoxville will be a good track, and maybe I-44 Speedway. Not really.
Eldora's. I mean, Tony Stewart owns Eldora, so that's where that factors in.
I think Eldora's just losing its spark. That's the thing, because when we got the news that I was coming back, we were all hyped. In 2013, we were hyped. 2014, we were hyped, and then around the 2017 to now range, it just started to die down. And even one of the NASCAR reporters saying it's just going down in attendance, and it's just not producing as many fans as it once did. So I think Eldora is just losing its flame, and the torch needs to be passed to another track.
See, if you want my honest opinion about it and about dirt going to Bristol, I don't want it. I mean, it sounds cool. It sounds uncool. It sounds cool. Don't get me wrong. It'd probably produce decent racing at best, at worst, but nothing about the Truck Series is different from the Cup Series, other than that they're trucks. So I think you got to keep at least one thing different, one thing that makes trucks at least a little bit special, which has probably been for the last 5-6 years, has been the Eldora Dirt Race. You got other tracks, but I feel like Eldora just got that hype that almost no other track can produce, you know?
Yeah.
That's where I stand on it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, Eldora, as a third-tier series, a truck series needs something special in it, and it having dirt and a track that you can't, like, compare it to other tracks. Like, Canadian Tire, you could be like, oh, Canadian Tire is great and all, but Watkins Glen, Roval, Sonoma, Road America, etc. is better. Like, you can't like pick a dirt race because none of the other series do a dirt race and be like, oh, this track's better than Eldora.
Each series kind of has something their own special with. A Cup is obviously going to be like Bristol Night Race and Daytona 500. When you're talking about viewership and Southern 500, and each series has their own kind of, special tracks. And for Cup, it's the Daytona 500, realistically. Like, whether you're a NASCAR fan or not, you're probably going to tune in to the Daytona 500. For Xfinity, I mean, it's kind of hard because they don't have a special one, but I'd say it's all the wide variety of, like, different tracks they do go to in terms of, like, road courses.
I think it's Daytona for them.
Really?
I really think it's Daytona. The beginning.
I think it's the Daytona summer race for them.
I'm mixed up between
not the February one. I think it's the summer one.
Because the February one gets overshadowed.
Yeah.
Overshadowed. Like, it couldn't be the February one. I mean, maybe it's the Daytona July race. That is always up.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. For Xfinity.
Yeah. I know.
Well, it's not the July race anymore. It's the August race.
You know what we mean. Just it's the summer race at Daytona. I feel like that and the Bristol night race that they have that leads up to the Cup one. Those are the two races for the Xfinity series that.
And then the
really
trucks is easy. And then the trucks is just a door. A lot of the dirt racers. Well, that and also because a lot of dirt racers they're at the track, and a lot of dirt racers all around the country come to watch this track because one reason, Stuart Friesen. Stuart Friesen drives the big blocks up in the Northeast. Obviously, everyone knows that. Well, if you don't, then now you know. So, like, the dirt racers up in the Northeast come and watch Stuart Friesen mostly wheel at Eldora and everywhere else. And then you guys then Eldora hosts like their Wednesday shows at the track when the Truck Series are there. So the Truck Series come and watch their Wednesday shows, and then they go out for their practice, and then they're qualifying, and then they do have their heat races, which I think the heat races is better than the actual main event, but that's me. But I think for the trucks, it's just mostly Eldora. And then Xfinity, it's just like you don't know because nobody really cares about the Xfinity Series unless they're at Daytona or Bristol and sometimes the championship race. And then the Cup Series, you have the Daytona 500, the Daytona Summer Race, the Talladegas, Bristol, the night race, the championship race, Darlington, and the Brickyard, and then Charlotte with the Coke 600, and then the All-Star race.
The only ones that I'd disagree with, I mean, the championship race. No one tunes in championship weekend, be like, oh, this is going to be a highlight of the NASCAR season. Oh my God, the championship race. Like, no one cares. Like, even moving it.
Wow.
Like, no, like, I'm not saying nobody cares, but when you're looking from an outsider fan and you tuning on to a NASCAR race that you want to watch, are you going to tune on into the championship race? Like, it's not like football where they have the Super Bowl. It's not the Stanley Cup. It's not like any of that.
How about just Sam Mayer that entire night?
That man drove the truck races, what, 300 laps or is it 250?
Was it 200?
I want to say 250.
I think it was
Might have been 250.
Arco was 200.
So
Arco was
that man
200.
drove,
So
that
it was
man
a little
drove
over.
450 miles on that night.
450 laps.
Oh, man, wow, my bad. Sorry. Only one Cup race. So the man has talent, obviously, and what was it, 6th start in the Truck Series?
Yeah, probably around there.
It was around that range, I think.
Maybe.
The kid has
It
talent.
was low. It was really low.
Yeah, I never remember his low. Anyway, the kid has talent. He has potential. He did really well that race. He passed. I don't know I forgot who the leader was. I
Brett
didn't even watch the
Moffitt.
race.
Brett Moffitt.
He passed his teammate in a way for the lead, and he got it done. His truck was just simply better.
In just his 4th start of the season, he is about a quarter mile away from winning for the first time. Mayer has done it. He has won.
Every single race in 2020 in the Truck Series, it's like past Brett Moffitt with 15 to go to win it. There's no way to win it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
It's
bad
sad.
for him.
I feel
Wait,
bad
what
for Brett, though.
what championship did he win? 2018, I think.
2018.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
and I mean, it's not like he has been bad since 2018 because I wouldn't call him bad since 2018.
Sadly, Todd the God,
Todd
Todd Gilliland, he had a bad day. Like the one bad race, well, he had many bad races, but like the one like bad day that he couldn't afford all year, and that has put him in a bit of a hole. So right now, Moffitt and Creed and Smith pretty much like they could ride around and chill with like no problems, like top
And Enfinger.
tens, and Enfinger.
He's only a point
They
behind.
get-
Yeah.
Yeah, they could just get top tens. The next 2 races, I guess, and
Truck
they're
Series
good.
is
Ankrum needs to still get points because like one little slip up, since he doesn't have enough playoff points to like be safe if he does have an issue. So he needs to keep up there. Same with Crafton, and then the big surprise from the truck race was Austin Hill had a terrible night from like the
Fell
drop of the
apart.
green flag. Yeah.
Fell apart.
He had contact with Stuart Friesen, and and add that in. They mentioned before the race that this was Austin's like worst track. He hated this track. Instead of added on to it, and then he ended up spinning someone or getting spun or something, spinning himself.
I think it was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of just racing at Bristol.
So wasn't he the regular season champion?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he went from the regular season champion to +2 now. So he needs to really dig for the points now, which I believe in him. They're a championship team still. If they can make it through the round, they just need like.
Which, I mean, that's the thing. They have a chance to be done, which no one would expect, but it just proves the
Well, then-
playoffs are
then
just.
again, no
Well,
one
the
expected
biggest
Then again, no
biggest-
one expected Matt Crafton to win the championship last year, but guess what happened?
Yeah.
The biggest thing with the first round is Dega's the cutoff race.
So below the cut line, after race 1, Christian Eckes. I think we
Not
all saw this
surprised.
coming. It's not a championship team. It's not like a winning team. We were not thinking he was gonna contend for wins. Or
I
be
had
a
him
fun
round of
bet.
8, but you know.
He's -2, and yeah, and Todd Gilliland -8. He's not that bad, but like
He's
he's behind
better.
he's behind
He's-
everyone. He has the team has to really go for it now. Like no
See,
slip ups.
been as consistent, if not better, than Ankrum and Eckes majority of the season.
Oh yeah.
So those three are all right around each other. It's just when you start looking at the stats and be like, whoa, he's done this, and then you watch him go into Bristol and the truck just none of it was there for him the other night, which kind of
Oh yeah.
sucked. But hopefully he can bounce back at Vegas. That'd be
Yeah.
nice
So
to see
the
that happen.
Xfinity race, I think the regular season is so long, and there's like no competition to the point where I wish the regular season just ended like 5 races ago.
Yeah, it feels
That-
like
that-
Happy it
that
did.
was-
you see, I just don't. I mean, I kind of understand the reason why the playoffs all don't start on the same weekend. But I mean, wouldn't it just make it a lot easier?
It would make it so
Like
much
people,
easier.
like people who are trying like to first start to get into NASCAR, they're trying to scramble to find what first is like what race is each weekend, but then they have to figure out when the playoffs start for each series, which is just if I was the owner of NASCAR, which we went over in the group chat today, I would make all the playoffs start at the same weekend.
Okay, so Allgaier dominated
Oh,
Xfinity.
yeah. The first two
Basically.
stages. Yep.
He
Yeah.
dominated. He won the first 2 stages, and then he just fell off. He lost the track position on the restart, and he couldn't make it up. The Fords once again are the fastest again. Add in Chastain too.
At least it wasn't
Um,
Cindric. That's all I'm saying.
I would have been
Yeah,
happy.
and Cindric.
Ah,
Cindric
Cindric.
proves again like how good of a driver he is. He was leading with a few to go with no power steering.
Yeah. You
yeah. I
can't-
mean,
you
he's
can't do
talented.
Bristol
Wow,
without
He's good.
power
with no
steering.
power
That's
steering.
extremely
And
hard. So it was a fight between Cindric Briscoe and Chastain in the end, and they switched positions a lot. But I think it was like 5 to go, where Briscoe made his move under Chastain, and Briscoe won
Fans
again.
into the Cup Series. He said every race is an audition. Well, I think this is the best audition you can do. Chase Briscoe wins at Bristol.
Thank God.
In
Briscoe, I
7
love
or
Briscoe.
8? Was it 7 or
Yeah,
8?
I like Briscoe. I think if he's gonna start heating up now, this is the perfect time to start heating up.
Bro, he's
I
been
think-
heating up since Las Vegas already this season. He just hasn't like slowed down. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's
Briscoe
been
has been
really good, but
consistent.
he hasn't been Cindric good, if you know what I mean. Like he's
Nah,
been
he
consistently
wasn't- he
running top
wasn't-
5, but he hasn't been the wins.
He fell off a tiny bit in the summer, and Cindric heated up in the summer. But Briscoe had so much of a lead over everyone that it ended up kind of evening out. Kind of, even though Cindric locked up the regular season a race early, I believe. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, it's
What-
pretty even before the Ford drivers. I want to put Briscoe in front of Cindric, but I really can't. They're even right now, and yeah.
If I had to choose one, I would go with Briscoe, if I'm being completely honest. I think Briscoe has been steadily really good throughout most of the season, I'd say, except like that little couple 3 races in summer, I'd say. He's been really good, where I think Cindric started off, he didn't start off slow necessarily, but I don't think he started off Briscoe top. And I
Well,
think Briscoe's just been maybe just a little bit more consistent throughout the season. But I mean, Cindric does have more points. So
Well, here's the thing. Half a quarter of the Xfinity Series schedule in the summer is road courses.
and that's Cindric's.
Cindric plus road courses equal. He's doing good.
Yeah, but Briscoe's also good at road courses.
Xfinity playoffs. It's pretty easy for a round of 12 outs. Brown, Herbst, Annette, Sieg out.
Wait, how is Herbst in the playoffs?
Unless someone screws up really hard.
Yeah.
Like has like a DNF and finishes last or something like that.
How is Herbst in the playoffs? That's my question.
He's been no. If
he's in a Gibbs car.
I know we all hate on Herbst, but if you look at him, he actually hasn't been that bad. I'm pretty sure he's got like
No,
10
the man has been battling Ryan Sieg in points all year.
Yeah. Like I mean,
In the 18.
No, obviously he hasn't been great. Like I'm not saying
He hasn't been
he's
good.
been great.
He's been decent.
Well,
He's been
It's
decent.
generous.
Like
It's generous.
Like,
It's
yeah,
generous.
people are saying he's garbage, which I mean he's bad,
He is.
but I
No,
wouldn't.
he's bad.
Not. Yeah, but people haven't
2
looked at the
ARCA
stats for
wins
this
in
year.
like 40 starts.
I'm not defending the man. I never said once I was defending the man.
So the playoffs, Briscoe and Cindric are a lock. Pretty much. Allgaier, Gregson, they could ride around. They can get top 10s. They're good. Jones and Haley are kind of good, but still no mistakes. Just like don't. And then Burton, Chastain.
I have
They
way
just
more
need-
faith in Chastain than Burton.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I can't. Chastain is only 8th in points because he doesn't have a win, and that just tells you how much a win in the playoffs or like in the regular season means to the season. Because Chastain was like 3rd or 4th in points, now he's 8th plus 8, on the cutoff. But yeah, Burton, Chastain, they just need to like keep doing what they're doing, and don't have any mistakes, of course. And then I feel like Annette could have a few good runs, and he could point his way in if someone slips up, like not targeting anyone, but like let's see, Burton is a rookie, he could slip up at any time. Haley could, a possibility. You never know. Herbst, I don't see it. That's about
And then
it.
Sieg
And
Brown.
then
He's getting eliminated.
Sieg and Brown, they just don't have it. They need a win, or they need like really good luck. Yeah.
No, I feel like Sieg is always that like unwritten guy that could just sneak in.
I still got to do homework.
Harvick pretty much like dominated the day, I'd say. Am I right?
Yeah.
Did he?
The like final half of the race because
Yeah, it
Kyle
was
Busch
it
took
was
over.
yeah. Earlier in the race, it was mostly Kyle Busch, and we knew he was the fastest. He moved through the field really quick and won stage 2. He almost won stage 1. Won stage 2, and
Should have won stage 1. I mean, he got screwed. Lap
yeah,
traffic,
lap
I think,
traffic.
became
But that's
lap
part of
traffic was
Bristol,
such a
though.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you can't
Martinsville.
The fact that he
Like,
was
where
blaming
are
lap
they supposed to
traffic
go?
after the race is kind of inexcusable.
It's like,
Logano's always had
Logano-
something after him.
But Logano was 3 laps down, and
Yeah.
Much.
was in the
Exactly.
way. And
I mean, but
You-
hey, guess what? We saw Newman do the same thing last year.
no.
That's true.
Newman's
true.
different. Newman's different. Newman
How
was
is he
going a
different?
lap down. Newman was going a lap down. And how Ryan Newman races, he races you hard for 1 lap down, maybe 2 laps down. But once he's 2 laps down, he lets you by. And Joey Logano is 3 laps down. And he did not move at all through the racetrack to, as lap cars should, they should have moved through the racetrack and get out of the leader's line once they're more than like 2 laps down. Because once you're more than 2 laps down, you have no reason to fight. Especially
But-
with less than 10 to go.
I will say this. You may dislike my thought because this is kind of true and this is how I've known it through rules and everything. But it's the leader's job to get around the lap cars. Like they show you the blue and yellow flag that you say faster car coming, just pull over. But it's not mandatory for them to.
If you want to gain respect, which I feel like respect in this sport means more than than you think. Like Joey Logano, this is the first driver I think of. He doesn't have many people's respect.
He has
Like,
no
maybe
luck.
other
Because
than
he never shows it
he
back.
doesn't even have his teammates' respect back. Like, if you
Basically,
were to
yeah.
go back to the Clash, Keselowski was mad at him, and it just doesn't make any sense to fight a car when you're 3 laps down. Which I get it. His job isn't to move over. We're not saying that. We're just saying maybe you could have just chosen the middle lane where none the leaders weren't running. Like, was that too hard to ask?
I think he should have. He blocked Kyle a little bit, but like once you get into like he blocked it for good like 4 laps. Once it's been like a lap and a half, and the leader is unable to get by you, and you're holding him up, then it's your job at that point to get around him, to move yourself out of the way, because then you notice you're in the way, and you got to get out of the way, and that's just
But again,
that's part of the respect of it.
yes, but again, it's not their job to pull over. They can
It's not their
fight if they
job to
want.
pull over, but it's being a decent
Yeah.
human being. You're not fighting for the win. Why are you fighting? I get it, but why are you still fighting? Like, at that point, like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna lose? I don't think there was any
You're
cars
winning- you're
catching
winning
him behind
nothing.
him.
You're
Getting nothing from it.
Yeah,
You're gaining
losing
disrespect,
respect.
and
Yeah.
that's why people don't like Logano. That's why I personally don't like Logano, is because people have raced him with respect, and then he just doesn't show it back.
Logano has just not been a driver where he says he can get respect from drivers, but he just doesn't show it.
No,
I mean, he's done it so many times to like wreck people and just
He's
pull
such a
all this-
talented driver too. That makes me mad. He's such a talented driver.
of it.
He's just
Yeah.
he's also taking advantage of his dad's money. Like, honestly, if I remember, his dad spent like 50 grand just on bando racing. Bando racing is go-kart racing. 50 grand
Oh my
just for
God.
bandos. Okay,
Wow.
that's money. Okay, I'd kill if I had that type of money, but no.
Anyways, back to Caden's point about, and Troy both stating that Joey should have gotten out of the way. Kyle knew that he was coming up on Joey. He knows that they're now fans of each other. Kyle
No.
should have taken
So,
a different
When was
lane
the
through
last time
corner.
Joey Logano and Kyle Busch had an actual run-in incident?
Actual run-in?
2017 Vegas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cup playoffs. So pretty much, all right. So who's eliminated first? De Benedetto. We saw that coming. Blaney got screwed by the playoffs. We knew one person gets screwed by playoffs every year, but still people support it. Aaron was
wanna talk about
either
it.
gonna was hit or miss on it. He was gonna do good and take the Daytona momentum somewhere, or he was gonna go back to William Byron.
It was just inconsistency for both of them.
And that
That's all.
happened at the same time, and he was in the next round before he got wrecked. No replays, so we don't know. But I think the 51. And Cole Custer was close. He just wasn't that good.
If
all
Cole
day.
Custer had a better night, like if he
I feel like
ran
Cole Cu- I feel
just
like
a
Cole-
little bit inside the top 10, it would have been darn close. It would have been real close.
I feel like
See
ever
if he
since
made the
Kentucky,
playoffs.
I feel like ever since
Or the
Kentucky, he's
next
just
round.
been quiet. Like, Cole Custer's been quiet ever since his Kentucky.
He's been
run.
quietly consistent though. He hasn't
Yeah.
been the worst rookie, I'm pretty sure.
First is Harvick. Chiari is a full race ahead. He's pretty much locked.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we even need to touch on him. Denny, he's had enough bad races where he's kind of like used up his free points that he had heading into the playoffs. Where he needs to he's got to stop. He's got to get everything together. He's got to regroup.
I feel like he has one more race to just like use up the points, and if he doesn't, just he's gone. He's done.
Yeah, because Brad's even closing in on him.
Yeah.
Denny's plus 43 and
Bryce is quiet. Bryce is quiet. Like, he's been there, but he also hasn't been there.
That's
So
what
it's
I've been
like-
saying. I've been saying
He's
since
been-
the start of the season.
he's been
Brad has
third
been
all season.
quietly. Yeah.
Brad's in the same place. He has points. He just needs to like run well and stuff.
He just has to run.
Logano,
decent.
Chase, and Truex, they need it. They can't have points get to their head. They still need to run good. Get top
They
points, get points.
They just got to run.
Every
one I'd
point still
scared
matters for
there.
them.
The one I'd be scared of there is Truex. I'm terrified of this round of 12. I mean, Vegas, we could easily go out and win, but Talladega, and
Talladega's
I'm
scary for everyone.
yeah, Roval. What did we finish there? We finished. Oh yeah, we wrecked in 2018 because of
Yeah, you got like 11th or something.
Johnson. Yeah, but we were gonna win that race. And then
Yeah.
last year, I'm pretty sure we finished top 5 there. So
Yeah,
that's
you're
looking
So,
pretty
like
good for
fourth
him.
or fifth. Seventh in points is where it gets close. Bowman's +4.
I think Bowman's getting eliminated this round.
Dylan and Amarola are tied for the cutoff. Kyle Busch is
Almost getting eliminated.
-1. Clint Boyer's tied with Kyle Busch -1, and Kurt Busch is 12th -4. They all are in the every
Kyle
single
Busch.
point, every single position matters, and they need to fight for every little thing in the next
you're
3 races, no matter
Is that
what.
Kyle Busch
If
fans joining
you're
the chat
looking
now?
at this first round in general, Kyle Busch was arguably a top 5 driver this entire round.
Yeah, now he's going to go to Talladega,
which, I mean, you can't expect anything. You just got to go in with hopes and prayers.
and
Vegas.
the Roval, he hasn't finished either race. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God! No, wait. Yeah, in 2018 he didn't. No.
And he didn't last
What
year.
happened?
So this could possibly be the first time since 2014 Kyle Busch is getting eliminated in an early send off.
Thank
In
God.
2014 he got set off in the round of 16.
About time.
It's going to be either Hamlin or Harvick or Joey, because Joey's a god at Vegas for whatever reason lately.
Truex.
Or
Truex won their
Truex.
last race.
It's going to be
with the
one of
fake
those four.
package.
It's going to be one of those four.
I don't see Denny Hamlin.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Denny's
If
starting
we're
to-
eliminating one, if we're eliminating two, I'd say eliminate honestly Harvick and Hamlin. I'd say between Joey and Truex, they both had the best car at the long run at the end last year at this race.
But Harvick's been just well. I don't know. But the thing is,
Well, yeah, I'd say
Harvick's
well.
pretty much locked up to like the next round. That's all I can say. He's locked up to round of 8 unless
Yeah.
All right.
unless he wrecks out of all 3.
We all know who's getting eliminated first is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Hertz,
Yeah.
Brown, Sieg, and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's
I
say
think the
Troy, you
championship-
start.
I'll start.
Or
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Joseph, you can start if you want.
Yeah, Joseph, you can start.
Definitely
name
gonna
a
be I
championship
definitely
four.
know it's going to be Briscoe. Briscoe is definitely going to come in there and be a big threat. Cindric, I don't know. He'll probably win at the Roval or do really well there, and then he'll walk up for the round of 8 or whatever the hell now the next round is, and then I don't know how he's going to do after that. Maybe he'll make it to the championship 4. I see Justin Haley getting eliminated. Maybe Justin Allgaier again. I could see Allgaier going back to the championship 4. And then Jones is getting eliminated. And then Grex is getting... I want to say Chastain, but I don't know. I'm not 100% confident. Yeah, I'm going to say Briscoe, Cindric, Allgaier, and then Chastain. That's my picks.
Who's a champion?
Briscoe.
Alright.
Briscoe by position.
Alright, my final 4 is Briscoe, Cindric, Allgaier, Burton. I like throwing in bold predictions because I love Chris's figs. I just love throwing in bold because like it's so predictable that like it's almost like boring making predictions, bro. You gotta like be bold with it and have fun with it.
I don't see Harrison.
So okay, I'm gonna explain myself real quick. So Briscoe Centric, we see it. Allgaier, I see him making it, either winning or just pointing his way in. Gregson, Jones, Haley, they just don't have it.
Yeah,
They're just not that good.
I can agree on that one.
So Chastain. So I think Harrison Burton is gonna have a late season like little surge, like little push that pushes him to a win or point his way in. I just see it having a surge and not Chastain falling off, but just Burton being a tick better in this round, in the last round.
You didn't.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Briscoe's my champion. Chris.
Briscoe, Cindric, that's easy. Like, there's no denying them. They've been the best 2 guys all season.
Pretty much.
Allgaier's coming on late, and he's coming on the short tracks, and that's where you need it. So, there's no denying that. And then I went with Chastain because he just runs so damn consistent.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if he's not going to be second, he's going to be third or fourth and fifth, and that'll get you to the final four. Because looking at what the round of 8 is for Xfinity, I see Cindric and Briscoe winning one of the races each, and then Martinsville, someone's going to win it. It's going to be a wild card.
Yeah, pretty much.
So-
I could see it.
Who's your champion? Oh, I got Cindric Briscoe. We all know that. Is Kansas run at one of the round of 8 tracks?
Yes.
Yes.
I think as Kansas
no.
luck continues, I think
No.
Brandon Jones will get in off a win at Kansas. I think he goes 3 in a row. This is not me saying he's gonna have a fantastic round of 8, but this is just me saying I think he'll win Kansas and then just run mediocre the next 2 races.
Texas and Martinsville.
Yeah. And then final guy I have it in, I'm gonna start the Allgaier bandwagon train, and I'm gonna say Chastain gets in
Okay.
on points.
Scared me for a second.
I think Chastain will do a Chastain-like move and take out another championship 4 contender. And I think one of those championship 4 contenders will be Cindric or Briscoe. I've just got that gut feeling that it's just gonna happen. And now I'm tossing and turning between this, because if I say this, I'm gonna be biased, or I could go the easy way out. I think Brandon Jones won the Xfinity race earlier at Phoenix, and I mean he beat Kyle Busch to win it. Did he or did he not?
He did. It was
He did.
fair and square.
He was faster, and guess what track we're going to for the finale? That track. So it's either him or Briscoe. I'm gonna.
Jones is not making the Final Four. If he does, he's not winning it.
I think Brandon Jones wins it. That's
I
why.
don't know.
That's my
Okay.
bold prediction. We don't need a detail. Just say who.
Harvick or Truex?
Okay.
Sure,
I
you
think
go.
it's gonna be. I guess just like Chase. Chase is gonna win.
Oh, God damn it.
Joey, because he's going to wreck in the other 2 races in the round.
Oh, this is hard. This is Truex.
He's gonna pick Truex. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
He's been really good at him. He's been really good at Vegas. So,
That's true.
but every time I pick him, he always wrecks. So I'm gonna pick Kevin Harvick just for laughs and giggles.
Okay.
It's number 10.
Damn.
Wouldn't be
Alright,
surprised.
so I think that's gonna wrap up this episode 9 NASCAR Hotspot podcast. Please don't forget to follow me, NASCAR Hotspot, on Instagram and Twitter. Thanks, Joseph, for joining us once again. Please sponsor the guy. He needs sponsorship to race. And don't forget to subscribe, like, then share the podcast. And I hope you guys enjoy Las Vegas.